Good evening. It is Thursday, the 22nd of August, 2013, and this is the DBS News World. I am Sanford-Belle. Thank you so much for joining us. The Department of Human Services says prostitution is on the rise in St. Lucia. Officials say more St. Lucians, including children, are selling their bodies to cope with the economic crisis. And they say individuals of both sexes are involved. DBS's Sanford-Belle begins our news coverage tonight.
High unemployment and rising commodity prices have forced many women into the sex trade. Prostitution and child sexual abuse have become significant issues on the island, and the officer in charge of the Department of Human Services and Family Affairs says it's getting worse. The department is aware of reports of children of both sexes being pushed to the edges of society, especially in the capital.
There are many places, even on Chaussee Road and at the back of this office, there are little places where people are housed. We have made several reports to the police because sometimes the police are actually outside of human services on patrol, so they are aware of the situation.
It is reported that young girls are being seen roaming the streets of the capital, waiting to be picked up by passing cars. The department says that many of the cases amount to child prostitution.
I must admit it's a challenge because with some people with their socioeconomic situation, there are challenges, and some persons' migration. You have parents who are out of state, and you also have households where children are taking care of themselves. You might have an older sibling, an older sister or brother, and they too, it's a challenge for them, and it's really not fair to them to be taking the whole burden of caring and rearing children or their siblings.
2 months ago, National Security Minister Victor Lacobiniere summoned a meeting to discuss the upsurge in commercial sex and chart the way forward.
The trend is, when we delve deeper into the case, it may be because of financial constraints. Parents, and we don't want to say mothers, but parents sometimes are the ones who actually send their kids out there. Sometimes you find cases where young girls are prostituted because they have to pay the rent.
We spoke to 3 young people, including a young male involved in the sex trade, who did not want to be interviewed on camera. They told us that they were selling their bodies to support themselves. One of them, a female from a single-parent family, says although she has a legitimate job, she sells sex on the side to supplement her income and make ends meet. Reporting for the DBS News World, I am Sanford-Belle.
You're watching St. Lucia's News Leader and listening to us on Rhythm FM 95.5. We're also online and on the big screen at the Aquarius Crossing in downtown Castries. Still to come in the DBS News World, the St. Lucia Fire Service gets 4 new ambulances, but a manpower shortage raises the question of who will operate them. Calls for a support group for surviving relatives of St. Lucia's murder victims, and the community of Babino has big plans to upgrade its status and reap greater benefits from tourism and culture. The details of these and other stories are ahead. Please stay with the broadcast.